You know, the girls love a good quote tweet. He quote tweeted one of Destin Conrad's song music videos, "Kissing in Public." All right, and said, unrelated but related. This song is called Kissing in Public, but at no point is Destin seen kissing or even standing with a gay guy. There's also no gay black couple, sideways emoji face. Okay. There was lots of discourse around that. Some people shared one of his old songs from his last album where the whole entire song, he's with a black gay man, right? And they're doing black gay things, right? And then somebody else talked about in a follow up tweet, this young man started talking about how Little Nas X is who people are trying to make Destin Conrad out to be, this, that, and the third. He's really showing black gay representation. He's not afraid of his sexuality, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I got something for that, but we're just reading the tweets now. So what I believe is totally related. Destin Conrad this morning tweeted this: I am not a role model. I am not the face of nothing. I'm just now learning how to do any of this, how to perform, how to be a musician, whatever that means. All I can do is exist naturally. And I noticed that people that pick me apart with no grace, black gay men. What are we doing? I also want to point out that Destin is like 25 at the oldest. I don't even think he's that old. So that's a thing as well, right? So I guess my first question that I want to ask you guys is this expectation for him to be this black gay icon and always do all of the right things, is it fair? And also bringing up people like Lil Nas X, I think that is dishonest because we drug the hell out of Lil Nas X. I can remember how we treat Lil Nas X. It's not even Lil Nas X.
Me.
I can remember how. You know what?
I said they had drugged him to death. I was always a fan of Lil Nas X.
When I say we, I mean community.
The community, yeah.
I remember how the community. We don't even have to go as far back as Lil Nas X. We can go back to Khalid. When Khalid made that video where he was with a black gay man, showing love to a black gay man, what did they say? It's performative. He's faking. So what gives? What do y'all think about this whole entire discourse centered around Destin Conrad and his representation of black gay love?
One of the things I hate when artists do when they're being critiqued is they try to say that they're not role models and they're just I really hate when they go that route. Even if they feel that way, I feel like you're only saying that when you're losing the battle. You never say that when everybody is looking up to you, when everybody is loving your art. You're never like, no, don't love my art. I'm nobody's role model. I'm just doing this for me. You're like, no, give me my tens, give me my tens. But then when you get critiqued, it's like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm nobody's role model. Just take the criticism because, sometimes people, they are telling the truth. They do see another part that you may missed out. Now, as far as all that black, like as artists, because I've been here, we can never get it 100% right. We can never please everybody. You just can't. And I feel like he should have just went that way. Like, y'all, this was the vision I saw for my music video. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking about fucking niggas in the music video. I was just thinking about getting my little groove on and just getting up out of there. I wasn't thinking about putting black people in. I wasn't thinking about, because they don't do this to white people. That Troy Savant boy for the Rush song, everybody was like, why he ain't got no big people in there? And he was like, because they not in my video. I'm not putting big people in my video. And I feel like, I don't know. I think it's really cheap to be like, oh, I'm nobody's role model, because you are, and you are, and that's what you want to be. You want to be an idol. Nobody is in the booth recording all these songs just for the hell of it.
Do you think, and I'm going to go to you too, Alex, but do you think, I feel that, right? I feel like in a way you are a role model, but also to speak to, I don't think the people who tweet this type of shit, that's actually what they want. Because again, it's been proven that that's not what they want, because they tore down Lil Nas X, they tore down Khalid. Like, what are these artists supposed to do to? I guess they can't make everybody happy.
They can't. And I'm glad you brought that up, because another part of his tweet that I did not like is the black gay comment, like the black gay people are the people tearing it down. A lot of times we feel like our community is the people that's tearing us down because your community is the only people that are listening to you. The white people aren't tearing you down because they're not listening to you. The Latinos are not tearing you down because they are not listening to you. The black people are, it seems like they're tearing you down because they are the people that are supporting you. Once you kind of get rid of that, it's nobody else listening to you, because if other people
know who you are,
they're the only people that know who you are, and they're your biggest supporters. A lot of times your biggest supporter, I mean, like, think of the Kim K's and all that. People hate watch. So the reason this black boy is commenting on what he saw is because he saw it. He saw it. He actually watched your video, right, and he critiqued it. And it goes back to the I'm nobody's role model. You're only saying that because he saw it and he didn't like it. If he saw it and he liked it, it would have been a different story. But he saw it and he had an opinion about it, which, okay, I think we just need to learn how to handle critique. It's not your cup of tea, my bad.
Right. Do you think, though? I hear you, right? I hear you, but also, comma, what did it say? Let that breathe. But also, comma, two things could be true at the same time. Yeah. And I do believe we in our community, we overly criticize, and this is my opinion. You can disagree. I see it on Twitter every day when I get up. And we criticize people's couples. We criticize the couples, Jermel and Obio. Oh, that's performative. It's fake. It's this. But then on the other hand, we say we have no representation. But then when we have representation, we complain about the mode of the representation. I don't know. It's weird to me.
I want you to understand that is such a false equivalent, and it's such a small part of the world, and it is literally our small little network of our community, and it's the way the algorithm is set up on your end, and it is the way the algorithm is pulling people on your end. Those little 5 people that talk down and say little, it's bigger. It's so much. People do this. I'm from Chicago, and a lot of times people be like, "Oh, Chicago people don't support. Chicago people don't support." That's your block. That's the 4 people on your block that didn't buy your cookies when you were selling them. Like, don't think that this city filled with millions of people don't support you because your little 4 friends haven't bought your cookies. Like, it's such this is. We get it all the time. Like, 5 or 6 black people say something bad about us, and we're like, "Oh, our community. We do this to." Baby, it's the same thing in every community. If you blow up and you get big and you open the eyes of white people gonna be tearing you down just as well as these other people. It's not a black thing. It's not our community thing. It's more so like people who have access to you and people who see you. People aren't going to like. This is what I don't understand with people who create. As somebody that has been creating since I was 16. We want people to look at our stuff. We want people to hear our music, watch art. So I don't get why people are up in arms when people watch it and don't like it. Mm-hmm. If you're able to take people loving your stuff, you need to be able to take people liking your stuff, and you need to learn how to either. Like, some people don't read the comments. I'm a person that I will post a video. I don't read the comments because I don't too much care about the bad, the negative stuff. There are some people that do, but if you do, you need to learn how to accept it and take it and understand. Like, even as y'all as podcast hosts, everybody isn't gonna like what y'all say in y'all opinions. Mm-hmm. Y'all have to learn how to say thank you for listening.
Correct.
Because that's the goal. The goal is to get you to listen. The goal is to get you to listen.
At the end of the day, you listen and comment.
That's the goal. So you can't sit back every day and be like, oh my God, they bashing what we saying on our podcast. They hate what we saying on our baby. Y'all are tuned in every week.
Alex?
What I was gonna say is kind of similar, but I had two. I'm on both sides, and this is why. So
two things.
First thing is the first person, right?
The representation.
Tweeter? Say it again. Not the original. Yeah, the original tweet. The original tweet. So the original tweet. Representation matters, and a lot of times, and because we have so little representation in that arena, right? People expect to see people doing things. They sometimes you won't even know it, but they'll be your biggest fan, and they'll be the one that's cheering you on and wanting to see you win and wanting to see something out of you that they envision you to be, right? That's the first part, right? And so, yes, we want to see that representation. We wanted Lil Nas X to have Black people dancing behind him. He didn't always do it, right? We just talked about what's his face? When we said it, was he anti-Black or not?
Todrick Hall.
Todrick Hall. We just talked about Todrick Hall, and because Todrick Hall got so big, we wanted to see him represent the way that we wanted to see it, right? So there were
ain't gonna happen,
right?
Not gonna happen.
So we have the expectations for these people, right? And so, and like you said, Pierre, there are when you are in that seat, you are a role model, whether you know it or not. However, what you should have probably done is not say anything. And your next video, if you wanted to meet that need, meet it. If you didn't want to and didn't care, and you thought that you were on target with what you did before, and it didn't matter, then do it in your work and not because to me, I think it's counterproductive for you as an artist to tell people, I am a role model. Don't be looking at me to do this or that, because it feels it's hard because like artists are real people. Creators are real people. So when someone says something to them, like they're real people, so they have a real emotion. But I think sometimes we got to eat it and just do what we do. Because like you said, like we both said, we're not going to be able to please everybody, right? And one person throwing a pencil down a hallway about something negative about your work, as opposed to all the other accolades and awards or, prize that you may get. But then you taint your self-worth when you say something negative, because people will remember that negative more than they remembered your positive work. So I think that's the part for me. I'm glad he said he's not a role model because that's what he feels, right? But I also wish that he just would have just let the work say that and not said it. Because people they'll take this tweet. That's gonna be in their pocket when he blows big, and he's on those Grammy stages and worldwide stages and things like that. Somebody gonna be like, "Oh, y'all really hailing him for Black this, Black that?" But remember he said this. So that's the thing. We got to be careful there. So I honestly don't think anybody's wrong in the back and forth. I just think it's always the way. Remember I said last time, the way. It's always the way.
And it's perspective. At the end of the day, too.
Yeah.
I think it's just perspective. I could do, we could, whatever. You could do a video and you could have 5 videos and it'd be all Black niggas, and then you have that 6th video and it's Puerto Rican, and then everybody's like, "Oh, you're anti-Black," or this, that, and the other, and it's like,
and they might not even seen your previous 5.
Exactly,
and they might not even see your previous 5. Exactly. They just saw the one. They didn't even. They're not even fans of your work.
Exactly,
they saw the one.
Exactly, because people don't. Most people who comment, and now that we're talking through this, most people who comment on stuff, they've never. We see it with the podcast, right? We do a video on, we do an episode on sex, right? We do an episode of fun.
One episode,
fun, carefree episode about sex. And then people are like, with the current climate going on, don't you think you guys should be talking about blah, blah, blah? We've done 65 other episodes
But
unpacking, deconstructing.
but will you see how counterproductive it is to respond to those people versus all of the people that love, like this is why I felt like he should have, like Alex said, he shouldn't have said anything, especially bringing up black queer people. Like you don't lost your mind. Like just do your music. If you're not a role model, just do your music. Just make your.
But also in your interviews, you can't talk about how you're LGBTQ, Black LGBTQ representation. Either you are or you aren't.
You can't.
Either you is or you ain't.
Now you can say, I am, because you can't take away that he is Black and queer. So he can say, I'm representation, but he also just said, I'm not. Basically, what he said is, I'm not the representation that you're looking for.
But did he say the tweet? Did he say that the people that tears me down the most is the black people?
So the exact verbatim, he says, all I can do is exist naturally, and I notice that the people that pick me apart with no grace, he said, with no grace, he said, Black gay men.
That was terrible.
That's his experience. So on the flip side, you can't say that's not that. If that's his experience, that's his experience.
But
because I've been to his shows, and there's whites. And
exactly. That's why that's his experience, and that's why he thinks that he's the one lucky nigga that gets to experience joy in front of those whites and those Asians and the black people.
They're there too. What I'm saying is they're there as well.
But he's not picking. His eye isn't set to the negativity that the Asians and whites, the blacks. He sees the blacks tearing him down because the blacks probably give a fuck. The blacks want to be seen in his video. The Asians aren't critiquing you because they see themselves in your video. When they watch your video and see the fucking whites and the Asians in your fucking videos, they have nothing to complain about. So the black niggas that's actually buying tickets to your show, that's actually still supporting your music, they like, oh, I don't see me. They have that right too. And you don't just get to chicken out and be like, whoa, I'm not a role model, because if an Asian or a white person said this, he would have fixed it. He would have said, my bad. He would have went on a PR spree. He would have went on an apology train and did all that. But because it's black, I'm nobody's role model, and black people are always tearing me down. That's such a cop-out.
I think also he may, for the same reason we said about the people that follow him. I mean, from what I see of him, he's in black. He's a part of black culture, so he's not connected to those people either to see them say anything negative anyway.
Right. Yeah,
from what I've seen, right? So he's attached to black culture, so he would only see what we say, right?
Yeah,
that's why he saw this.
For the older people listening, there used to be this app called Vine. Well, for the younger people that's listening,
I'm gonna say that.
There used to be this app called Vine. You had 6 seconds to record. I was very popular on Vine, and Destin was too. He was at this time probably like 5 year old, 5, 6, 7, 8, like somewhere. He was very young, and we were calling him like our little nephew or whatever. So like there was this black population of famous Vine people, and we called ourselves a family. It was Tokyo, Styles, and Supa, and Destin was one of them, but he was the youngest. So he basically got very popular off Vine. Social media started forming, Snapchat, Instagram, all this other stuff, and he kept going. And that is what he is known for. Like, he started from Vine, whether people know or not. He grew up, he's 25 now, and he makes music, and the music is good.
Got connected to Kalani.
Yeah, but his audience is that black audience. And just being someone who lives in Los Angeles, being a part of the music industry and the TV and film industry, a lot of times we get here and we get connected to those other races, and we feel comfortable, and we think those are our people. And we kind of forget about people who helped us get into those doors, because people don't understand there is no culture without black people. The only thing white people do is attach to black culture once it gets on and popping. So a lot of times we get this fake imagination that is us, because now we're in this room and we're one lucky nigga, and this is our family when it isn't. And he's 25, and I think he'll learn that the hard way. Like,
Sure.
You think black people tearing you down because you looking at the tweets? Stop looking at the tweets, and nobody will be tearing you down.
Because we're going to talk about that here later as well, about black people tearing folks down. Because there's a movie that came out this weekend, and I got to talk about that. But we're going to move on.